this is the Karnataka political league, the KPL, but whether it's the IPL or life, luck sometimes matters.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the BJP just has had a series of, incidents of bad luck, which, not bad luck, but things which are beyond their control. For example, they actually did, purely from a political perspective, a smart thing by taking reservation away from the minority. I'm not saying I support it, I'm just telling you from an election perspective and giving it 2% to the Vokaligas, 2% to the Lingayats, thinking that this would help both those communities by giving them some extra reservation and taking it away from the minorities. Now, you've got the Supreme Court saying that they're not happy with what's happened, and that kind of puts a break on it. So whatever benefit could have come from that move then is paused. Similarly, Amul tweeting to say on the 14th of April that they would be entering quick commerce and e-commerce in Karnataka for milk and for curd was never really about a full-fledged Amul entry versus Nandini in Karnataka. That was never the intention, but that's the manner in which the Congress was able to whip it up. And a lot of this data in the margins, in those undecided voters, depends on narratives that parties are able to build. And ordinarily, GVL's party are full of geniuses who are able to build. I'm not suggesting that they do the right thing, I'm just saying that they're able to build the narrative. Is bar balla hi nahi chal raha, they're not being able to do a 5 sixes on 5 balls, Rinku Singh. They need a Rinku Singh, right now they don't have a Rinku Singh.
I know, but the thing is that somehow I am also sensing the fact that, the changes in the number of Vokaligas, which you just mentioned, the BJP has given significantly bigger number of seats to Vokaligas. I think they have also realized that till the point of time they crack this puzzle of Vokaliga and Southern Territory, they will always be held hostage to the Operation Lotus kind of scenario. So maybe they have kind of thinking along that, okay, we need to think of a long-term, strategy, but to attain that thing, it will be, unfortunately for them, it will boomerang this time, because as you very rightly said, BJP doing good in the Southern Territory will be advantage Congress by default.
You can't just land a punch. If you want to punch, you have to punch so hard that the other guy falls down. Just landing the odd punch doesn't
work
do
that way. It doesn't
anything
work
for the
that way.
BJP.
Yeah.
They have to hit the JDS so hard that they fall. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But Rahul Verma, I want to bring you in on the issue of narratives, which is what GVL touched on. They simply, in Karnataka, haven't been able to middle the ball from the middle of the bat. I mean, it's taking an edge, it's going to slips, it's going to third man, they're trying various things, including taking reservation away from the minorities. It somehow isn't coming together. So the narrative is simply not being built in favor of the BJP in the way that they usually manage to do in other states. How costly could that be in the end?
It's going to definitely cost them. But see, Rahul, this idea of message or narrative is not a standalone thing. It's also linked to a couple of other things, which is basically your machine, your leadership, and all those things, right? So in Karnataka, if you think about all those 4 or 5 factors on which elections are won or lost, BJP is either sort of like in contest with Congress or behind them. BJP does not have any significant better organizational machinery in Karnataka than Congress. It may have in Gujarat or in other parts of the country, but not in Karnataka. Similarly, on the question of leadership at the state level, the strongman Yedurappa is behind the scenes, but Bommai doesn't have that kind of charisma, right? And whereas you have Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar, both have that kind of personality and presence. And third, on the government performance, there has been allegation, even by BJP supporters, that this government has not doing well. There are allegations of corruption, and so the narrative is actually of a very, very corrupt government. And the social coalition of BJP is also not very large in Karnataka in that sense. So your narrative or agenda setting things will always fall behind if you don't have leadership, if you don't have a machine to basically spread that narrative, and if you don't have a big enough catchment pool. And in Karnataka, on all those factors, BJP is either in sort of competition or is behind, is not far ahead of Congress on any of those.